I was reflecting back on a post of mine from a while ago that was based on a client conversation that I'd had. And it was discussing how to eat whatever you want and still get in shape. And quite frankly, that is just kind of misleading. My philosophy is based upon the 80-20 method, which means that you don't have to cut anything out completely of your diet, but you do have to prioritize, and you can't just eat whatever you want whenever you want. Now, trust me, if it was up to me, I would be eating donuts and ice cream all the time, but I know that that wouldn't give me the look and the energy and feel that I want. But on the opposite side of that, that does not mean that I have to totally give up those things altogether. Now, we've all heard about the 80-20 rule in life, and particularly in this case when it comes to nutrition, but I want to share how most busy individuals are actually sabotaging the 80-20 rule in their own nutrition. So, do you ever wonder how someone can eat whatever they want and still look like they're in amazing shape? We all know somebody like this. We see them out to eat with a huge burger and a couple of beers, or they're at the baseball game with one of the warm, soft pretzels, and they're eating ice cream and with their kids on the weekend. And it literally seems like they're always eating all the foods that you can't eat, but they look the way that you wish you did. Now, maybe you find yourself thinking, well, they must be lucky. Must be nice to have high metabolism, or why the hell can't I just eat ice cream with my kids like everyone else does? Now, there are a few of the quote unquote lucky ones out there, but a vast majority of people are not lucky. They just are doing things a little bit differently than the mainstream. These people understand that there is a true difference between eating healthy foods and eating foods based on their body type, their goals, and their activity level. Eating healthy is just not enough for most people. But the real truth is they're not always eating ice cream, burgers, or sucking down beers. Behind closed doors, they're eating the right foods for their body and for their goals, because if you do this for 80% of the time, you can still have a lot of fun foods the other 20% of the time. You just happen to be seeing them at their 20%. Now, here's what they understand. The 80% of what you do is going to give you much higher returns than the 20%. Easy enough, right? So if you're wanting to lose weight, the first thought that most people have is, I'm going to cut out the beer, I'm going to cut out the pizza, and I'm going to cut out the ice cream. But if they're doing all of those things within moderation already, that's not the issue. The issue is what you're doing with the 80% of your week. And although it may be healthy, it's probably not the right amount of food or the right combination of food for them. So now you're spending all this time worrying about how much of something you're doing only a couple times a week. And why not focus on improving the way that you're eating 80% of the time? The reason is because that's much harder to do on your own. Cutting out the sweets 20% of the time is far easier to figure out than trying to figure out the exact combinations of foods that are going to help you lose weight or lose body fat based on your body weight. So look, I did this all for years before I learned that if the 80% of your diet is in line, the other 20% does not matter. So if you feel like you're already eating healthy, and if you feel like the only way you know how to lose weight is to cut out the few remaining treats that you allow yourself every once in a while, then DM me, coach, and I'll help you pinpoint the real thing that's holding you back from getting in amazing shape.